Hey guys, I'm Ash from Get Bakin. I'm joined today with Carla Ramsdell from the Physics and Astronomy Department, and we're going to be showing you guys how to make 2 breakfasts on the go with our special helpers, Avery and Sierra from the Renewable Energy Initiative.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Spice Lab. This stands for Sustainable Physics-Inspired Culinary Education, and out of this space we try to find delicious solutions to climate change and also learn ways to work ingredients that are sustainable and good for the planet and also good for you. So today is a perfect example. We're making some granola bars that literally you can make in a dorm room. They're super easy. They only need a microwave. They use so little energy and they're no packaging, so there's lots of sustainable tricks here. So you want to just get started mixing things in? Thank you for being here.
Of course, I'm so excited.
So we're partnering with the Renewable Energy Initiative because literally the Renewable Energy Initiative is what made this space possible, so we're really appreciative of that. Student group, anybody out there that wants to join? I think you're always taking new people, are you not?
Always. We would love to have new people.
Perfect. So we're going to start out with a half a cup of creamy peanut butter. We're just going to put it in a bowl. It does not have to be this big of a bowl. I like emphasizing that you don't need lots of equipment. You can use a regular size bowl. Or you could use any nut butter too. Like an almond butter would be really a great choice.
Or like sunflower butter?
Sunflower butter. Never tried it, but I'm sure it'd be good. And a mix. And then to that you're going to add 1/4 cup of sweetener of your choice. So we're using some maple syrup. But you could also use honey is another good choice, just something. The great thing here too is that you can kind of adapt the sugar to your liking. Most of the granola bars you buy are really just cookies repackaged, and so this allows us to kind of cut the sugar a little bit. And we're just going to stick that in the microwave for literally 30 seconds just to get it softened up a little bit so we can stir it. So now we're going to mix in other stuff. So we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'll get you some cinnamon. Again, this is just like one option, right? You can use pumpkin spice in the fall, and you can use nutmeg, and it's very adaptable. So about 1/2 teaspoon of that cinnamon. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt right here. And then we're going to mix in our oats. So this is 1 cup of oats. So the great thing about oats is that oats are a whole grain, and so increasingly with environmental sustainability and for health and so many reasons, shifting more of our grains to whole grains is really important. And so oats are actually already cooked when they're in this like old-fashioned oats, and so that's what makes it possible to do these minimal prep kind of recipes. You can't do this with steel-cut oats because steel-cut oats haven't been cooked yet. The rest of it is just adding in about 1 cup of add-ins, whatever sounds good to you. So some mixture of nuts and dried fruit. So I think we're going to use like raisins and almonds over there if you want to just go ahead and mix those in. About 1 cup total. Yeah, now you just got to get some muscle strength. If you feel like it's too hard to stir, you can put it in the microwave for another 20-30 seconds. But it seems like you're getting through it, I think. I believe in you.
This is what I go to the gym for.
That's good. You were training. You can do this in a rectangular dish, but I know some of you watching might want to try this in a dorm, and so you also can just do it on a plate or on a piece of parchment paper. So we're just going to model that here. That doesn't need any special equipment. So you're just going to like scoop it off onto the parchment paper. Have you ever made granola bars before?
I haven't, but I've wanted to.
You're doing a fabulous job.
Yes, and I get to do it on a show, so
no pressure.
It's really great.
Cool. So you can just kind of get your hands involved and get the rest of those little like off the spoon because your hands are going to be pushing down. Yeah, I watched you wash your hands.
I did.
So clean. Okay, cool. So now one of the keys to this is that you really compact it because you want to really squeeze all that together and make a rectangle that's like a reasonable thickness of a granola bar. So it's all you. I'm going to get you a little bowl of water because sometimes if it starts to get sticky, if you just get some water on your palms, that will help it not be quite so sticky. Perfect. So we're just going to pop this in the refrigerator and let it harden up so that we can cut it into bars while we make our second oatmeal-based grab-and-go breakfast treat.
Okay.
All right, so the granola bar has been in the refrigerator for like 20 minutes and it's just hardened up enough where we can go ahead and cut it into bars individually. So it could be breakfast or it could be a snack.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's amazing. So yeah, you can see they are grab and goable. And then I just kind of roll it up in some wax paper, which is a pretty low environmental impact packaging. You can put a little piece of tape there if you want. Put a bunch of them in a Ziploc bag. And then when you're on the way out the door to a physics class, you grab it and head to physics. And no cooking would be complete without a taste test, my friend. So how about we go for it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Okay.
It was really good.
They are decent. I gotta say, these are really good.
It was so. I didn't think they would be ready like so fast in the refrigerator.
And they'll only get better, right? We kind of rushed it, but they're gonna get even harder, and we're done. And we can't be in the Spice Lab without talking about the energy. And this is like super low energy. So all of these granola bars, including the ones we already ate, took 0.01 kilowatt hours of energy. That's 10 watt hours, like pretty much just not even much at all. That's stupid to say. Very low energy. And this is enough granola bars to last you for the week. So yeah, so that's the great thing about the Spice Lab, is that we can talk about these energy things. Thank you, give them a try.
Welcome to Boone, North Carolina. Located along the Blue Ridge Parkway, nestled in the Appalachian Mountains, there is no place like it. Take a stroll down charming King Street, where you are sure to see a familiar face welcoming you. In the summer, go tubing down the New River, where the water runs almost as deep as our Mountaineer pride. When the leaves change in the fall, pack a picnic and head to Thunder Hill Overlook, where the skyline is so vibrant you can't help but send a picture to all of your family and friends. In the winter, check out one of our nearby ski resorts, where Yosef might just challenge you to a race down the slopes. And year-round, you can take in some of the most breathtaking views wherever you turn. As soon as you arrive in Boone, you'll realize there is something special in these mountains. Welcome home, and welcome to the valley.
All right, welcome back. Our second grab and go oat-based breakfast is overnight oats, which are also ultimately adaptable. Again, we're going with oats, which have actually already been steamed before they're rolled out, and so that makes this possible. They don't ever have to be cooked. Some people think you have to eat overnight oats cold. Not true. You just let them sit in the fridge and let them plump up, and then you can always microwave them if you want them to be warm. But in the summer, it's kind of like a smoothie that you eat. Do you like overnight?
Oh, I love them. Yes. I make them all the time in high school, and what I love about them is they're really versatile. You can add many different toppings, milk options. So yeah.
And you do it the night before.
Yes. Yeah.
And then like in the morning.
You just eat them.
Breakfast of champions. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna start with
Half a cup of oats.
perfect. And this can be quick oats or it can be rolled oats. It cannot be, again, steel cut oats because they haven't been cooked. So next you need to add.
We're gonna do 3/4 cup of milk, or you can do different kinds. She's gonna be using whey, and I'm gonna be using oat milk today.
It's so simple. So yeah, I'm using whey. I'm pretty sure that you people in the dorm don't have whey just hanging around in the dorm. But if you make yogurt, one of the things that is usually like a waste product of that is whey. And so whey is a great thing to add into overnight oats. It helps to use something that usually doesn't get used.
Next thing, there's many different sweeteners that you can add. I'm gonna be doing about half of a tablespoon of brown sugar, but you can do syrup.
I'm gonna use a little bit of honey.
I also really like to add peanut butter in my oats, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of a spoonful.
I am gonna go then for a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. And the pumpkin seeds has like the greatest amount of protein of many of our nuts and seeds, so really good to keep an eye on making sure you're getting protein added in here also. I'm gonna go for blueberries.
A little bit of almonds.
Going for a sprinkle of cinnamon. So having these just like around, and you can adapt it. Maybe when you make some the weekend before, you can make them all different, have them lined up ready for you in your refrigerator, and then you have a whole week's worth. So you're gonna stir because you have a nut butter, which is a little bit thicker. I'm just gonna put a top on it really well and give it a good shaking. And if you're backpacking and want a good grab and go, you can just bring the oats and maybe some dried fruit with you, and then just add some water on the trail and just let it sit for the night in a jar, and you are ready to go for the morning. So there we have it. So this is what it looks like now, but I went ahead and did one last night just so you sort of see it definitely like thickens up once it's been in the refrigerator. And then you can take the lid off and stick in the microwave for a minute, and that warms it up. Here's a very cute little sleeve that my daughter made me for Christmas, so I can put my overnight oats in there and sort of just throw it in my briefcase, and off I go. So it's a really great way to have healthy breakfast that's low on greenhouse gas emissions. Oats are one of the lowest grains as far as their life cycle analysis emissions. Adding in these nuts is a really important thing nutritionally too, and shifting to a more plant-based diet. I think it's a win. So thanks for joining us in the Spice Lab. Stay tuned for more Get Bacon episodes. We're planning a pasta that is also dorm worthy, something you can make in the dorm. So thanks.
I'm Ash, and welcome back to Get Bacon. Today I'm joined with Carla, Avery, and Sierra, and we're going to be showing you guys how to make dorm room pasta.
Some kind of sweetener, a little honey if you have it. If you're traveling or in a dorm, maybe just using a sugar would be a good choice.
Let's get bacon!
Should we do a clap?